This is a game on Liveox. It's a tier 6 game in my TOG, which is pretty much my second premium tank in the game. Let's just wind forwards a little bit, because the initial start is pretty boring. We start off the game with a couple of jokes regarding some clumsy crashing. Now, initially, when you're driving a heavy tank, and even when you're driving the TOG, you'd want to pretty much get into the town as quick as possible. This K1S insists on locking tracks with me and using me as a shield. Then he realizes that I'm too slow to keep up with him, so he keeps driving. Takes him some time to do so. Now, even the tank destroyers and their heavies are way past the point where I can efficiently snipe them before they get into safety. The TOG II is just way too slow. And quite a few of them actually get some damage done and almost die by the time I'm in position. I'll still give it a go though. Put out some damage. As you can see on the map, the enemy on the eastern side is pushing against the lone BDR. I haven't realized this yet. I'm too focused on trying to deal damage to the guys heading into the city on the enemy team. For now. Put one straight into the Hellcat. There's that M4.
Enemy is hit.
I really want to kill this Sherman. There we go.
Vehicle destroyed.
Now, by this time I've realized that the east, southeast is pretty much lost. So I decided to pull back because I'm too slow to actually go and compete with the SU or push the base. I decided to try to defend from the hill instead. To me it seemed like a pretty obvious decision to make when you're driving a TOG, which crawls around at 13 kilometers per hour non-stop. It's like, you can't race for their base in this thing. You just can't. But there is a certain Hellcat who doesn't realize the difference between a TOG and faster heavy tanks. Just wait and see. Now I'm just waiting. I'm trying to tell Hetzer to spot them or he'll be killed. He was a bit too late on my advice and he pretty much got shut down without any spotting. So there's the K1. I missed completely. Tried to go for the K1S instead.
We didn't penetrate their
Somehow I hit the turret when I aimed for below.
enemy armor is
The
hit.
K1 is in the open, so I decided to shoot him.
Enemy is hit.
Now the TOG gun is very good at this.
Enemy armor is hit.
The rate of fire combined with the alpha damage at this tier
Enemy is hit.
actually makes it a really good gun. Although the tank is utterly awful. There's a T150 over there. I decided to blind for him, but he's deceptively quick in a straight line.
Enemy
I do
armor
manage
is
to
hit.
constantly reset him and pretty much deal most of the damage to him.
Penetration. We didn't even scratch
Now,
them.
their Hellcat who's keeping them lit up is asking for help.
Great shot.
Unfortunately, I'm a bit focused on the T150,
Enemy is hit.
which might have been an error, but he was the one sitting in the open who had shots on me and would have spotted me.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
His platoon mate gets a bit pissed off, and he takes out his frustration on me soon.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to tell him that I'm not a Hellcat driver and can't actually drive forwards. I just need to rely on the others keeping them lit. That isn't... well, he doesn't take that into account. Now, we know the Stug and the Shuttlewagon 4C was basically spotted in their base. The RT hasn't been spotted all game, which is kind of weird. Now that probably didn't get me lit, but this shot will, which is awful. I'm too busy typing to actually take the shot that I had, because I don't, I get easily roused by players who yell at me when I'm not doing something wrong. You could argue that I should have gone forwards, but that would just make me get spotted. What he should have done was realize that he should have played more passively and tried to avoid taking damage. He didn't. That's why he's dead. It's not my fault. I did pump out the DPM there, so... but I do spend rather unnecessarily large amount of time talking back to him. And you really need to get a thick skin and just like ignore it. Now halfway aim, that shot completely missed the target by maybe 20 meters. Second doesn't. That gave the Shuttlewagon 4C the chance to shoot me. We each put a shot into each other. I get lucky, the artillery doesn't hit me. If he did, he could have easily taken most of my health out. Maybe as far as down to 200 HP left. Although I'm not sure about the M37's alpha damage, so maybe he could have killed me. Second shot also misses. Just though. Well, at first I thought it was in the town area, but he's sitting in the open. And I am rack him, which gives me the top gun, 2,162 damage done. Overall, it was a pretty good game, considering, but you really shouldn't talk back to your teammates when someone vents their frustration. It's to be expected, and it's best to ignore it, and that's something I need to improve on. Other than that, it was an okay game, but it was not very enjoyable. When you're playing a TOG on this map, well, you're stuck, kind of.